Alaska and Hawaiian just unveiled their brand new loyalty program, Atmos Rewards.
2 airlines, 1 program, and even some new credit cards with some seriously big welcome bonuses.
These are big changes to one of our favorite loyalty programs, but is it better than expected? We'll give you our expert breakdown on this episode of the Upgraded Points podcast. Hey, I'm Chris. Welcome to the Upgraded Points podcast.
And I'm Katie, and today we're talking about the Atmos Rewards program, or is it the Atmos Rewards program? We've got some Amex news and a great discount on one of our favorite points and miles tools. But before we get to that, wherever you're watching or listening, we would love it if you subscribed, gave us a thumbs up, or if you want to send us some comments, questions, anything for the show, you can reach us at podcast@upgradedpoints.com. So Chris, let's start it off with some Amex news. What's going on?
Yeah, so this kind of got buried recently in all the news, all the loyalty program stuff coming out. But Amex just added 400 new properties to the Fine Hotels and Resorts and Hotel Collection properties. This is kind of a big deal because we love, Fine hotels and resorts around here. That brings the total to over 3,100 hotels around the world. They even added some cool properties like the Waldorf Astoria in Osaka, the Omni Bedford Springs Resort and Spa. This is only good news. It's making me extra curious, though, about what's going to happen with the Amex Platinum. We know there's some changes coming up. So we've seen some positive changes just now that kind of went under the radar. We'll see what comes up whenever the Amex Platinum news comes out.
Yeah, that'll be good when it comes out. I can't wait to hear about it. So I have some news about a cool discount we have for our readers, watchers, and listeners. CardPointers is an app that is just another tool that you can add to your points and miles toolbox. And this is an app that helps you organize your credit cards. So if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, if you have a few credit cards, like I know a lot of us do, this app will help you keep track of all of that. So you can input your credit cards and it will tell you, if you're shopping at whatever store, what's the best credit card that you have in your wallet to use to earn the most points. It can keep track of your welcome bonuses, how far you've gotten on that. It can keep track of your card renewal dates. It can keep track of those monthly and quarterly and yearly credits that we've got piling up now. So think about those Uber credits from Amex. You could have those on multiple cards. There's a nice little way that you can tick off when you use that to make sure that you're not letting any of those credits go to waste. Another cool thing about that app is it can automatically add your things like Amex offers or Chase offers to your cards automatically. And I just set that up, so it's kind of cool. I do want to say that you can do all of this without actually inputting your credit card information or your bank account information into the app. So don't worry about, the security. You don't have to actually put in your usernames and passwords or anything. You can manually add cards to the app. And for a welcome bonus, you need to tell it when you signed up for the app or for the card. And then you can just use the browser extension to add those Amex offers and Chase offers. So it's a really cool app, fun to play with. We have a 30% discount for our readers. We have a unique link that you can use, and that discount will automatically be built into that link. So we will drop that in the show notes. And that works on either an annual or a lifetime subscription. And if you're not quite sure, go for the annual subscription because that does come with a 7-day free trial. So you can try it out for a week, see what you think. If you want to keep it, you've got that 30% discount baked in. And if not, then, no big deal. You tried it and it was a week for free. So we will drop all that information in the show notes, but give it a try. Let us know what you think of it. It's a really cool app. I've been playing with it for a while. So
yeah, I've had this app for a while now, and it just takes the mental workload away from a lot of these credits and offers on the card. So, I mean, if you have more than one card in your wallet and you don't feel like keeping track of these offers, this is a great tool.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, let's jump into what we're really talking about today, and that is this brand new loyalty program, Atmos Rewards. Now, Katie mentioned, do we know it's Atmos or Atmos?
No.
I was just watching the YouTube from the Alaska CEO, and he said Atmos. So we'll go with that for now until we forget.
We'll see. I don't know. Atmos. It doesn't roll off the tongue. I don't get it. Hopefully, it'll be old hat pretty soon. But Atmos.
At most, it will be a great loyalty program.
Very nice.
Um, we were all kind of worried about what this would look like. I mean, whenever, two loyalty programs combine and one of them is really good, you kind of get worried that one might get watered down.
Mhm.
But so far, so good. So let's break it down. This is the combined loyalty program of Alaska Airlines and Hawaiian Airlines. Alaska mileage plan members have already been converted automatically. Hawaiian miles will be converted on October 1st. One Alaska mile or one Hawaiian mile now equals one Atmos point. Okay? No more miles, they're points now. Points can be used to book flights on over 30 global airlines, including One World. We have been a big fan of the previous mileage plan program. Katie just booked Condor Airlines in business class to Frankfurt for 55,000 miles. Now that would be 55,000 points. Nothing is changing there. American Airlines domestic flights as low as 4,500 points. New York to Doha in Q suites for 70,000. Or you can find that coveted flight to Sydney on American Airlines first class for 130,000 points if you wanted. In practice, not much has changed, which is great news because this was already an awesome program. For many people, it's just going to be a name change. Some people will be now switching programs from Hawaiian Miles over to Atmos Rewards, but I think this is overall good news so far.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. I had just in the last 6 months or so really started getting into that Alaska program and looking up a lot of awards. And I noticed a lot of the award alerts that we send out. A lot of them are on or bookable through the Alaska program, so it's
Right.
definitely one to keep an eye on. I wanted to talk about a really unique feature of this program that is not coming till next year, but I think it deserves a spot on the show because it really sets, I think, the Atmos program apart from other programs, other than we know how to pronounce the names of other programs. But so next year, you're going to be able to choose how you earn points and status. So this is really cool, and I don't think, to my knowledge, that any other program has done this. I can't think of any off the top of my
No,
head. So let
me
me
neither.
explain just kind of a quick how this is going to work, so you can kind of keep this in mind for next year. And once you choose which way you earn your points and status, you'll be able to choose it or switch it, excuse me, once per year. So that's a nice little perk. So you can choose to earn your points based on distance traveled, and you will earn 1 point per mile flown. And this is good if you fly a lot of long haul, a lot of those international flights, especially if you're flying in economy. Maybe you're flying those cheap international tickets, but it's a long distance. You can earn 1 point per mile flown. You could also opt to earn based on the price that you paid. So you would earn 5 points per dollar spent. This is a great option if you are paying for a premium cabin, if you're buying business class, or better yet, if your job is buying business class for you. You can earn 5 points per dollar spent, and that also counts on those upgrades. So if you're doing a lot of paid upgrades, that might be a good option. You can also opt to earn by segments flown, and you would earn 500 points per flight segment. So if you're doing a lot of short hops, and I was thinking about this, like especially because Alaska and Hawaiian focuses a lot on the West Coast and Hawaii. If you're flying between two cities in California or between two islands in Hawaii, a lot, but they're very short flights. This could be a good option for you. So
Hmm.
I think it's a really innovative idea to add to an awards program. I do have a little bit of anxiety about like how am I going to pick the right way because I do tend to book a couple different ways.
Right.
Um, but I'm sure I'll figure
Well,
that
you can
out.
change. You can change once, and I'm guessing yours wouldn't be segments, right? I
No,
mean,
no, 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 definitely not.
right.
I
So
would
you could
definitely
probably,
choose between one of the top
yeah,
the
and
first.
that's nice that you can change it once per year, and because I guess that would be a little anxiety inducing if you have to make that decision January 1st for the rest of the year. That's tough.
Yeah.
But that segment flown is a good one because yeah, for the maybe they're those Hawaiian flights, those inter-island flights, or even on the West Coast that are
Mhm.
not expensive and they're not far, so you'd be kind of losing out. So it's nice to give you the segment option as well.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see how this plays out in practice starting next year. And I don't think we've seen a specific date. I do not, as far as I know, expect this to be live on January 1st. I think what I read did say sometime in 2026.
Hmm.
So this will be coming. Um, and I'm excited for it. I think it's pretty cool. It makes this a really, I guess, modern feeling program. So I'm excited to see where it takes us.
Cool, me
Somewhere
too.
in the atmosphere. Let's take a quick break and then we've got some new credit cards to talk about. So we'll be right back.
Okay, welcome back. Let's talk about these new Atmos Rewards credit cards. If you have an Alaska Airlines Visa Signature or Visa Business cards, they will soon be rebranded as Atmos Rewards cards. But your account numbers and benefits will all stay the same, so nothing really to do there. Same with Hawaiian, although with Hawaiian Airlines World Elite MasterCard, everything is staying the same. That card is not changing at all, which is interesting.
That's super weird. I was fully expecting the Hawaiian Airlines cards to just go away sooner rather than later, and everything we've seen says this card is here to stay at least for a while. I mean, it's got, at the time of recording, an elevated welcome offer. So,
Okay, well,
and
if
it
you
and
like
the
that,
and
that
it's gonna earn
Hawaiian
Atmos
logo,
rewards, what I think
yeah,
starting
on October
October
1st.
1st? Yeah. So, who
Okay,
knows?
well.
But the really exciting bit, I mean, that was fine, Chris, but the really exciting bit
Boom.
is the new premium card that we've all known has been coming for, I mean, probably a year. And we finally have the information about that. It's the Atmos Rewards Summit Card. So let's go over some of the details of this. So this card is a $395 annual fee card. So a premium card for sure, but not one of those eye-watering, six, 700 plus annual fees that we've started to see recently. So it's actually kind of a high middle ground, let's say. And it has a really nice welcome offer. 100, and this is at the time of recording. Hopefully, it will still be around. We do expect it to be around when this publishes, but you never know. So make sure you're checking upgradedpoints.com for the very most recent information. So at the time of recording, 100,000 points after spending $6,000 in 90 days. And for those of you who pre-registered, gosh, what, 6 months ago, months ago, maybe last year, I don't even remember, um, you can get an offer with an extra 5,000 points. And I did want to mention this because I did this both for myself and my husband. And the 5,000 extra points came in the email that just said, something about Alaska Airlines' new loyalty program. It did not have anything specific in the subject line about the credit card, and it was way down at the bottom. So look for that email if you did pre-register, kind of indicating that you were interested in this card, and that's what you need to do to get that extra 5,000 points. Second weird thing about that is I did the same for my husband and myself the same day. We both got the email. On both the emails, it said, "Thank you for pre-registering." Mine said, "Here's 5 extra 1,000 points if you sign up for this card in the next 14 days." And my husband's had nothing.
Hmm.
So I thought that was weird. I don't understand how. My understanding was if you went through that pre-registration process, you would get the extra points if and when you decided to
So
sign up for the card. So I don't know, but
tell him to keep an eye on his emails because I got mine today, my
okay.
5,000 offer. I did not get that in the other email. It didn't show it.
Hmm,
And then it came today. And I actually saw some other people on threads talking about it as well, that theirs came today. So maybe they're just
okay.
rolling it out slowly. Um, but that's if you registered for it, definitely keep an eye out for it. It's
Okay,
working,
that's good to know, good to know. So,
yeah.
yeah, keep an eye out for it. Um, okay, so getting back to the card, part of the welcome bonus for this first year is a 25,000 point Global Companion Award, and then that will, come automatically with the card starting with your first anniversary year. And this is a really cool benefit. It essentially gives you a 25,000 point discount when you buy 2 award tickets together. So, if you're buying, 2 tickets that are 50,000 points apiece, the second ticket would only be 25,000 points. So that's a really valuable, perk that I think is worth probably close to what the card costs. So that's definitely a nice one. And then if you are a big spender and you spend $60,000 in your card anniversary year, you will get one of those companion awards that is worth 100,000 points. So that can be super valuable. But I will say it's one that I think you would either need to book a round trip or be in a situation where you don't have much flexibility and you're just going to pay one of the higher prices. Because
Yeah.
the saver award levels, going to Europe is 50, 60,000 points. You can get to Doha for 70,000. So there's a lot of instances when you're not spending
Not even hit that 100. Yeah.
100,000, and still that would be super valuable. Just, it might not be worth a full, the same as 100,000 Atmos Rewards points, but it's still a nice perk if you're gonna spend $60,000 a year. Getting on to how this card earns points. 3x points on dining and Alaska Hawaiian purchases. Nothing too exciting, but nice. One of the really cool things that I thought was interesting about this card is it also earns 3 points per dollar on all foreign purchases. And as someone who travels internationally a lot, that I think is super cool. Even though I have cards that will earn 3 points per dollar on dining, it's nice to just have one that earns 3 points on everything. You don't have to think about it. We have lost a 3 points on travel on a card recently, so this kind of replaces that, if you're buying, a train ticket or something
Hmm.
overseas. But I would think it could be really beneficial in your situation, Chris.
That's exactly what I was thinking. When I first saw this come out, I was like, that's got to be a mistake. So, for any expats listening or for anyone that spends a large portion of the year abroad, you're always looking at, what you're actually earning. And so, my go to card usually is the City Strata Premier, which will get me 3x at grocery stores and restaurants. And while many cards will be US only, City is not. And now this is just 3x on everything. And that could be a game changer for anyone in my situation or who travels a lot. That is a lot of elevated earnings.
Yeah, that's a really that's really exciting. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear start, once this card gets out and people start using it to see how many people are
Yeah.
taking
See how
advantage of
long
that.
that lasts.
I know, right? Get it while you can. Okay, the card also comes with 8 Alaska lounge passes. So not a full, membership to the lounge. 8 passes and 8 Wi-Fi passes annually. So you get 2 per quarter. That's fine. Not, overly exciting, but fine. You get a free check bag and preferred boarding for you and up to 6 guests on the same reservation if you buy your flight with the card. So that's kind of standard. The another thing that I thought was really interesting about this card is the partner award booking fee waiver. So if you're familiar with Alaska, if you're booking a partner airline, which I think for the majority of us, unless you're on that West Coast, you probably are booking partner awards through Alaska. You're going to pay $12.50 one way, which it's not great, but I'm going to do all day if I need to. And
Hmm.
just by having this card, that fee is waived.
That is so cool because, like you said, most of us, at least in this hobby, are using this program to book partners. And now you just save 25 bucks on a round trip ticket. It adds up,
And that's per person. I mean, for you booking for a family
right?
of 4,
100
that's
bucks.
$100
Sweet.
on a round trip. I would save, a little bit less. I have a family of 3, 75. But
Yeah. I mean, this
I mean,
card is
boy,
already paying for itself. We're not
yeah.
even done with the list.
Yeah, 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 it's getting more interesting. Another really interesting credit, and really this card is just innovative is the word that keeps coming to my mind because some of these are just so interesting and just a little bit different in that world which we've mentioned recently, where all these cards kind of start to sound the same. It's really refreshing to have some interesting benefits. Is so this card has a travel delay credit, and this means that you will receive a $50 voucher. And from what I've read, it happens fairly automatically. You get an email that says the voucher is kind of attached to your card when you have a same day cancellation or a delay of 2 hours. So if your flight is
Sweet.
delayed just 2 hours, now you've had to use the card to pay for the flight, you will automatically get this $50 voucher. It has to be used within 48 hours, and there are some limitations on where you can use them. So you can't use it anywhere. I think I did read you can't use it at bars, but like restaurants or a drugstore or even a department store, I think if you need, any place where you would buy something that you would need if your flight is delayed. So if you need to
That's
buy,
awesome.
a clean outfit or a toothbrush or lunch, um, that's a cool. That's really a
Yeah.
cool
Without
benefit.
having to go through your travel insurance, it's like
Yeah, yeah,
just the
um,
hassle can not be worth not doing it from the other situations.
yeah, definitely. So that's a nice little perk again. This card allows you to share your points with up to 10 members for free, which is a really
Nice.
nice perk. And then also, if you are after Alaska Airlines Elite status, which you might be interested in because at certain levels it comes with One World status, which can be very helpful for getting into lounges and things. You earn one status point for every $2 you spend on this card. And then beginning with your first card anniversary, you get a 10,000 point status boost. So you start the year off with 10,000 status points. And the first level is, I think, 20,000 points. So it really gets you halfway to having at least some status within the Alaska Airlines program. So, so with
Yeah.
all of this, we've talked about this really cool card. I think the thing that might be on a lot of people's minds is like, okay, Alaska and Hawaiian Airlines, great. I don't fly Alaska and Hawaiian Airlines. Is this a program that I should be paying attention to, or should I just turn off the episode right now and walk away? What do you think, Chris?
Well, I'm in the same boat. I have never flown Alaska Airlines, and Mileage Plan was one of my favorite loyalty programs. And doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon with Atmos. The program continues to be easy to use, has customer friendly policies, and the prices are staying the same. So, yeah, definitely be paying attention.
I'm in the same boat. I've never flown Alaska. I've flown Hawaiian once. And I will say I've actually only ever made one redemption through the Alaska program, that Condor flight. But I have looked at so many, and very recently, in the last 2 to 3 months, so many award searches have led me to the Alaska program where I'm seeing amazing prices and flights that I want to book, that I'm researching that, I might be a little bit early. I'm seeing them all the time in our award alerts from upgradedpoints.com. And there's just so many great deals that it's a program I'm very excited about. So excited about that before American Express took away Hawaiian as a partner, which you could then kind of transfer to Alaska. I transferred almost a half a million American Express points to Alaska. So I have some points to play with, and I'm really excited about this program. So definitely, even if you've never set foot on an Alaska or a Hawaiian Airlines plane, this is a program I think you might want to look into.
All right. Well, now that you are firmly established as an Atmos girl or an Atmos girl,
At most for a
uh,
while.
at most, let's jump into some reader questions.
Sounds good.
So we actually got an email from Nigel, and I'm gonna read this one to you, Katie, because I think you have the answer that he may be looking for. Nigel says, "I have been active in the points and miles game for approximately 1 year. I recently became aware of your YouTube podcast. I've learned a great deal about how to secure premium travel. Thank you." Oh, thank you,
Thank you for
Nigel.
listening.
I currently have approximately 3 million combined airline hotel points and miles. Wow. Nice job,
Nice.
Nigel. I've been considering taking a trip for two people to Thailand. Any suggestions would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, Nigel, I do have some suggestions because I just found out I'm going to Thailand in November. And it's kind of a long story, so I won't go into it. But I did spend all of last weekend looking for award flights to Thailand. So unfortunately, I don't have the answer for you. There's not, one simple, easy way to do this. But in my search, I came up with a couple tools that I wanted to share with you, and just sort of maybe a way to think about booking one of these more complicated destinations, or at least a very far away destination that's going to involve some different segments. So, first of all, flightconnections.com is a tool that I love. It was really helpful in this search because, I'm searching for USA to Thailand. Specifically for my needs, I'm going to Phuket. But you're not going to find one flight from the USA to Thailand. It doesn't exist. So you type in your destination into Flight Connections, and you can easily see the nonstop flights that go into that specific airport. And that can be really helpful when you're looking for awards flights. I personally use Seats.Aero as my awards search tool. There are others out there. Rome is another good one that we've discussed on the podcast. And actually, right now, we do have a 15% off promo code for Rome. So we will drop that in the show notes. They work very similarly. It's just a matter of which one you personally like, but they both get the job done. So for my situation, and hopefully it might work for your situation, I go on Seats.Aero or Rome or whatever, and I type in USA to, Bangkok or Phuket or wherever you're going. Set some alerts. Set all those alerts. Hopefully you have more flexibility than I do because it's going to be easier if you have more flexibility. So then I went into flightconnections.com and I said, okay, what flights go directly into Phuket? And I found that flights from Doha go there, flights from Seoul. I think Hong Kong was one. There were a couple of big airports that go in. So then I go and I look for flights on Seats.Aero or Rome from the USA to those airports. So if I could find a flight to Doha or to Seoul or wherever, then at least I'm getting that section done in business class. And I believe in this email, he did mention business class, which is kind of what we're talking here. If you want to fly economy, it's a lot easier. So then I set alerts for those routes too. So it ends up being kind of like a puzzle. And I find it interesting. So I like doing this kind of stuff. And I imagine if you're in this hobby, you probably do too. Um, Go through, find those interesting routes, set those alerts, and then it's kind of a sit and wait situation. And I'm kind of sweating it because, like I said, I'm going in November. It's a very last minute trip, and I have zero flexibility. So I'm a little worried about having to fly economy. But hopefully, if you're planning a big trip to Thailand, you have some flexibility, and you're going to be able to find some great redemptions. Maybe using the Atmos Awards program.
Ooh,
We'll see.
we'll see.
But good luck. Let me know if you find good redemptions. I hope you do, and I hope you enjoy your trip.
Awesome, good tips. One more tip for our listeners and watchers on YouTube. Remember to enter our Magic in the Air Walt Disney World giveaway. We're giving away a vacation for 4 people to Walt Disney World, the most magical place on earth. It comes with flights, hotels, tickets, and gift cards. It is an awesome, easy, and free giveaway. Just go to upgradedpoints.com to enter.
And right after you enter our contest, go to our YouTube channel, go find this podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and give us a thumbs up and a comment. We would really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. And if you have questions or comments for the show, you can always email us at podcast@upgradedpoints.com. We'll see you next week.